Hello Internet folk, and hello to the Tiddlerhood. This is just a very off-the-cuff video, uh, scattered thinking. I just felt like talking a little bit about TiddlyWiki and my usage of TiddlyWiki and maybe my views of how I view TiddlyWiki. Uh, many cool things have been done with TiddlyWiki. Visit the TiddlyWiki Tiddly Talk forum, or just search the web for TiddlyWiki, and you'll find all kinds of interesting uses of it. Uh, it can be used as a really juiced up to-do list, a way to keep class notes, to dump all of the thoughts in your brain and organize those thoughts. And not lose track of anything and be able to organize everything to the hilt. Now, I've got a software development background. I'm a 25-year Gupta team developer specialist, if you will. I'm used to building very large, complex applications with Gupta team developer and mostly Oracle backend databases. But I like hobby programming still. I like doing things at home that involve programming. And I found that TW, to me, it's a development platform for creating hyperlinked solutions of any kind. And I just wanted to showcase some of the stuff that I've worked on over the last couple of years. Lately, all my time has been going into this basic anywhere machine. The ability to use TiddlyWiki as a portable online or offline website that hosts the www basic implementation of the programming language. So all of a sudden we're using TiddlyWiki here as a full blown single file basic programming environment that stores the basic source code and that allows you to run the basic source code via the embedded basic interpreter, and that lets you document the source code in TiddlyWiki proper. So, taking a look at, for example, lines.bas, right? So there's your source code. But also using some TiddlyWiki features to juice up this basic source code. And along with this basic anywhere machine itself is using TiddlyWiki to create a basic programming language reference for the basic anywhere machine. Now, the beauty of TiddlyWiki is it helps you figure out how to organize. It gives you time to organize content. You don't have to do it all up front. You don't have to have big requirements up front, big design up front. It allows you to start with a blank tiddler and just write something. And as you start putting in content, you start seeing how to organize that content. It's very agile for that kind of thing. And let me show some other projects that I've worked on over the past couple of years that are kind of on hold. Let's start with first of all, using TiddlyWiki to build an online resume. So you use TW to build your resume. You put that on some site somewhere to host this one file, and your resume is out there for the world to see. But also using TiddlyWiki to customize this resume, so that way you can decide what you want to show, and then decide to print that on paper. So now you've got a resume that can be tailored for whatever purpose you want. And this one here really tugs at my heartstrings. I'm French Acadian, and I've always had a fondness for the old French Acadian language, right? Which is really Old French. And this TW is a great way to organize that information, enter that information, reuse anything in there. and display it however way you want. So this is one way to put together a website that's all in one file. Pretty sharp. Now another project I had for a while was really interested in solar power and anything that can help with, I guess, slight urban off-grid living, right? And maybe possibly reducing, hydro bills a little bit. And of course, I'm a big fan of Chromebooks, so I wrapped all that up into one TiddlyWiki. And the reason for that is because I had started with writing product reviews and realized that this information I was entering related to product reviews, a lot of that information was kind of useful for this other, for this side gig I had, I guess this side interest, this side hobby of urban off-gridding, all right, and how to reuse, images and content between every purpose for that content. So anyway, so that's one. Something that I put on hold is this TiddlyWiki project, a way of gathering facts about a data domain, entering those as just plain English statements, and iterating those statements into eventual database or conceptual data models that can turn into an actual script of DDL, right, that you can give to a database administrator and have them generate, create a database that comes from a start of just plain old English statements. And this is kind of similar to something called, I think, NIM, Natural Information something modeling. And then this is a little project that I've put aside for a while now. It's the concept of using TiddlyWiki as a development tool for programming. And I say programming in air quotes because TiddlyWiki is not a programming language like JavaScript or those other things. But it's still possible to do some programming, again in air quotes, using TiddlyWiki. For example, I had created inside of here the AC/DC card game, which is based on a basic computer game. And it's just a game in which you have, the dealer gives you 2 cards, and then you've got to decide what's the likelihood of the 3rd card being right in between those other cards. So here's, well, let's actually put a bet here. So ways of doing programming with TiddlyWiki. Now I find this pretty cool because most folk probably would not think of TiddlyWiki as a programming tool, but although TiddlyWiki is all about data or content in tiddlers and filters to get to that content, it's surprising what we can actually do programming wise. Anyway, kind of a scattered talk, but yeah, I don't know, I just felt like getting that off my chest, the ability to use TiddlyWiki for some pretty cool stuff. Y'all take care. Bye bye.